Hello, my friend. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Real, if you do not know. And here we get real about personal growth topics. And right now we are in a series about social change roles. In the last video, I talked about Deepa Iyer's mapping our roles in a social change ecosystem. I believe that we all have a role to play in making our world a better place through the pursuit of justice, equality, inclusion, solidarity. And so this system that Deepa Iyer has created helps us to identify our values and our roles. Make sure to click that link above or in the description down below to watch that video first, because that will give you context for this one. I define all the roles in that video, and in this video I'm just going to be referencing them, so you won't know what I'm talking about completely without that, so check that out first. In this video and the next, I want to highlight each of the Myers-Briggs types and 3 of the roles that I think each of them will excel in. Now, I want to make it clear that this is not meant to limit you. I believe that any of the types can do any of these roles, so go where you feel called, not just based off of what's listed here. This video is supposed to be for those who watched the last video and maybe they're new to social change work and they just don't even know where to start. So my hope is that this will give you a starting place. You know, if you know your Myers-Briggs type, then here's 3 suggestions of where to start. If you don't know your type but would like to learn, I'm actually going to be offering profiling services soon, and in the meantime, I know some awesome profilers that I could recommend to you. So if you're interested in that, hit me up at anna@therealanna.com, and that's also written down below if you need to reference it. But now, I'm gonna go pour myself some hot chocolate, because that's how we do here, and we'll get real about the strengths of each Myers-Briggs type for social change. Since this video is about the feelers of the Myers-Briggs types, I have my mug that says, "You occupy my heart." Sorry. I'm not sorry. So let's start with the FJ types. You'll notice that I give all of the FJs a healer and or caregiver role because of their preference for the cognitive function FE, which stands for extroverted feeling, which is all about harmony and being in tune with those around them. FJs are passionate about helping and caring for others. Now, in general, the INFJs, so INFJs and ENFJs, are often more focused on how do I describe it? Like the more, like deeply rooted traumas that people are struggling with, or the mental health things, or the existential problems. They like helping to get into the root problem in your brains, or in your hearts, you know? But the SFJs, they also care about the emotions too, but they are generally more focused on and excel at meeting the more concrete issues and the physical needs of others. Let's start with my type, the INFJ, and for this type I chose healer, visionary, and guide. INFJs are often nicknamed the counselor because of their caring, accepting, trustworthy presence, their active listening skills, and their understanding of how people's minds work. These natural abilities combined with their pattern recognition skills, I believe, makes them a perfect fit for the role of healer. INFJs as NIDOMs, which stands for introverted intuition, are very forward thinkers. They rarely have their mind on the past, except for maybe to record abstract patterns, but they are often looking to the future. They are big dreamers and goal setters, and that's why they make really great visionaries. Their growth path will often include learning to extrovert their visions, to get their visions out in the world instead of just keeping it to themselves. INFJs also have a natural strength and passion for helping others grow and reach their full potential. These strengths plus years of experience and learning can make them really effective and empathetic guides. I drank it all. Next we have the ENFJ, and for this type I chose visionary, guide, and healer. I chose the same top 3 roles for ENFJ as INFJ. But I want to point out again how these two types might show up slightly differently. Even though they have the same cognitive functions, they are in a different order. ENFJs tend to be bolder in sharing their visions. Again, that doesn't mean that INFJs can't be bold too, but it's a bit more natural for ENFJs as extroverted feeling dominance. While an INFJ has a preference for their inner world and they are more likely to want to process information alone or maybe with just a few trusted friends, and ENFJ is more likely to want to go like be with the people, to make their observations by being in the world and working it out with other people. With such a strong preference for extroverted feeling, they can have this natural, charming charisma that draws people to them. They make empathetic, insightful, inspiring leaders that can cast vision, guide, and heal those around them in powerful ways. Next, we have the ISFJ, and for them, I chose healer, caregiver, and storyteller. God bless SFJs. They are like this strong, dependable anchor through the toughest of storms. My husband is an ISFJ, and he's the best. He has such a servant's heart and this unconditional love and unwavering loyalty. Like, I think he seriously is like one of the kindest, most loyal people I've personally ever met. ISFJs are really good at seeing the needs of other people and knowing how to meet those needs. They're also great at setting short-term goals and following through with diligence and excellence, especially when it's for or involving other people. They are hard-working, reliable, and practical. Their tender hearts make them great, empathetic listeners. They are the shoulder to cry on, the warm hug, the hands holding the freshly baked tray of cookies. I'm sorry, I know that's a stereotype of SFJs just being able to magically produce snacks, but man, I'm married to one. It's pretty magical. Snacks just appear. It's great. I also included the role of storyteller because as SI dominance, which stands for introverted sensing, they have this incredible attention to detail and remembering those details, and they love to tell and pass on stories. If you want the word to get around, tell the story to an ISFJ. You can count on them to relay the information accurately. ISFJs are truly the rocks that care for us and support our movements, and often humbly behind the scenes. On the first Myers-Briggs type I'm talking about in my video, 1 INFJ, 1 ENFJ, 1 ISFJ, 1 ESFJ. Oh, help me. Next, we have the ESFJ, and for this type, I chose caregiver, frontline responder, and weaver. Like ISFJs, ESFJs have an amazing ability to see the physical and emotional needs of those around them and jump right in to try to meet those needs. They're very aware of and concerned with making sure everyone is fed, hydrated, well-rested, comfortable, happy, and they're not going to let you slip by without getting the care you need. ESFJs will make sure that you are well and whole so you can continue your work without losing yourself or your health. Their lead extroverted feeling function makes them naturally a bit quicker at responding to external stimulus with good decision making, which makes them confident and prepared frontline responders even in immediate crises. Where an ENFJ may excel at seeing how abstract ideas connect, an ESFJ has an incredible ability to connect people and see the through lines of their common experiences. This makes them really great weavers. They will make sure that you feel like you belong in a group and get you connected with the right people to accomplish your goals. Now we are in the second half of this video where we will be talking about the FP types. First, with the INFP, I chose visionary, healer, and storyteller. INFPs are often nicknamed the idealist because of how they so easily and beautifully cast vision for their future and the future of the world. They are hopeful and inspire hope in others through their way of seeing what life could be. The picture is so clear in their minds and they hold tight to their dreams. I believe that INFPs also can make incredible healers because they have this natural gift for emotional depth. They have this way of understanding and processing through their own emotions to just a level that I cannot understand. And they are then able to use that to help other people process their own emotions. They're really good at holding space for other people and creating this safe environment where people can feel seen and heard and, most importantly, accepted. Through my personal experience with INFPs, they're really good at making me feel like it's okay to feel what I feel, that my emotions are valid. INFPs also make super creative storytellers. We talked about the ISFJ, who is really good at telling accurate, detailed, real life stories. And then we have, in a little bit, we're going to talk about the ISFP, which is going to be sounding very similar to what I'm talking about now. But the ISFP kind of goes into more depth with the human condition and what they're seeing. Because again, they're sensors, so it's kind of more of the physical what versus the why. And then the INFPs, they also have that emotional depth, but they're going a bit more of a broader focus to communicate these deep meanings, these abstract concepts and big ideas that they have. Hi, this is Next Day Anna. I skipped over ENFP. Sorry guys, I love you, I promise. So I'm going to just do this as a voiceover. So next we have ENFP. For this type, I chose Weaver, Visionary, and Experimenter. As NEDOMs, which stands for Extroverted Intuition, ENFPs have an extraordinary gift for making connections, whether it be between ideas, people, movements, or even the most seemingly unrelated things. This makes them really great for the role of weaver. They're able to see the through lines that others may not see, which can be critical for linking ideas, networking with others to collaborate in solidarity, or other important work that requires that connective eye. Their bigger picture thinking, personal values, heart for others, and optimist outlook makes them great at casting vision. They enter each day with a childlike curiosity and hopeful attitude that can find insightful ways forward and inspire others along the way. This natural curiosity and strong motivation for the causes that matter to them makes them a good fit for the role of experimenter. They can easily dream up a bunch of possibilities and have a tendency to want to jump right in to creatively solve the problems themselves. An ENFP experimenter would do especially well partnered with a builder who is gifted in the more tedious details of executing the ENFP's ideas. Next, we have the ISFP, and for them I chose storyteller, healer, and disruptor. Now, much like the INFPs, ISFPs make really great storytellers through their personal understanding and creative flair. They have this immense depth for relating to and connecting with human emotion and experience. So an ISFP or INFP who is a musician, an artist, a writer, or some other type of creative carries that depth into their work to create powerfully moving pieces that touch the heart and inspire the soul. Their art can provoke or empower a movement, or encapsulate the emotional atmosphere of a moment in time. They aren't afraid to sit with you through your darkest feelings and expressions and walk with you where others may not dare go. ISFPs can also be very warm and accepting with an appreciation for the unique differences of others. Though they are very open and accepting, when it comes to injustice or harm done to others, they can stand up for what they believe in, even if it disrupts the system or the status quo. No one wants to be looked down on, but they see the role of disruptor as a necessary risk worth taking for the world to change for the better. And they will take that stand to speak their minds. That's me. Last but not least of the feeler types, we have the ESFP. And for this type, I chose a frontline responder, experimenter, and weaver. With extroverted sensing as their dominant function, ESFPs often fit really well into the role of frontline responder. They are great at being fully present in the moment and handling whatever surprises come at them. They're able to manage a lot more stimulus that would normally stress out a lot of other personality types. They feel a sense of security in the present moment and sometimes even enjoy being able to respond to things and adapt. They also make great frontline responders for their strong personal values, their boundless energy, and their quick reaction time. Their empathy, awareness, and let's do it attitude makes them great experimenters as well. They're really good at noticing their surroundings and taking action where they see a need. ESFPs aren't afraid to take risks and plunge in headfirst to test out if something will work. Weaver is another role that ESFPs can excel in because of their excitement over knowing a lot of people and being able to connect and relate, especially when their core values align. They're good at charming other people into feeling comfortable around them and also good at facilitating connecting one person to another. So those are the strengths that I see for the FEELER Myers-Briggs types for social change. If you like this video, please give it a like and comment down below to tell me your Myers-Briggs type and if you believe that one of the roles that I mentioned fits for you or not. And I try to keep this video concise, so feel free to elaborate on my points so we can continue the discussion together. And if you'd like to see the thinker types and what roles I think that they would excel at, make sure to subscribe so you do not miss that video. And until next time, keep it real. Oh, I'm still recording.